Shark Dropper Studios presents to you
Dopple Avenue Hurt. Case 1. Case 1. The Silver Casket. Part 7. The Stakeout.
I stayed late into the night questioning Terrence. He told me he believed his family was innocent. The problem is that no one had offered any insight into what could have happened. The O'Reilly family was the owner of the Captain Kitten's litter factory. An important merger was going through with the Sailor Snake's reptile farm. The companies wanted to join forces. Apparently, you can replace cat litter with ground-up snakeskin, and it makes the litter biodegradable and safe for the ozone and rainforest. The merger was set for March 14th, but the Sailor Snakes Company, run by the Bennings family, wanted to start sooner. Now, the meeting would have to be held this Saturday. But if word got out that Desmond Grant, the O'Reilly's business partner, was in jail for the murder of Papa O'Reilly, the merger would fall, as flat as a prepubescent's chest.
Had to be a burglar.
That was easy to say, but nothing was stolen. And if the O'Reilly family members were innocent, then... if Desmond Grant was innocent, then who would have come to the house and shot Papa O'Reilly and taken off without a thing? It didn't make any sense. I needed those police reports. Hopefully, Paul would drop them off first thing tomorrow morning. I was running out of time. As I left the O'Reilly mansion, a storm moved in. Terrence awoke Butler to have him walk me out. I stood on the gravel driveway, watching the lightning in the distance. I noticed that the work lights in the west wing were still on, providing a soft gold glow. Perhaps Terrence forgot to turn them off. Or maybe it was Butler. Finally, the cab arrived, just before the first raindrop fell. I climbed in and headed home.
Hey, I love this song. Best part. Alright, bub, let's call it 1350. I think that's fair, right?
I walked into the apartment, kicked off my shoes, unbuckled my belt, untucked my shirt, loosened my ties, unclipped my gun, shimmied off my socks, unfastened my watch, unbuttoned my pants, flipped off my hat, tossed my notebook and pen, released my pants, lifted off both shirts, blasted out of my underwear, and then I fell on the couch, naked as the day I was born, minus the wetness. I was asleep before I knew it. I mean, it's really impossible to know when you fall asleep. Your tits are soft. Oh, what the fuck, Paul? Gold coins. Terrence O'Reilly. Put that accent. Beast Boys. Kicking it live. Oh, what the... Who the hell owns a rooster? I awoke slowly, shambled my way to the shower, and let the cool water wash over me. It was nice. Almost too nice. Wait, what the hell was I talking about? Why am I skeptical of the shower? This case is taking a toll on me. A new day. Time to make some progress. But first things first, I headed to the bank and deposited Terrence O'Reilly's check. He had paid me half my fees last night. The other half would come when I finished the case. Normally, I wouldn't accept payment in this way, except the first payment he gave me was actually more than I make in a year. I was now, as the kids say, ballin'! After the bank, I headed to the office. Well, if you wanna go and ride with me with my three-wheeling and my 4Ds, oh, why do I live this way? Hey, must be the man. So if you wanna go and take a ride with me with a three-wheeling and my 4Ds.
Good morning, Mr. K. How are you today?
Quite all right, Edith, but I'm on a time crunch. Can you bring me my messages and call Paul? See when he's bringing the files.
He already fucking did, Mr. K.
He already dropped by.
He's still here. He's in your office.
Paul, that son of a bitch. Hey, Paul. What are you doing? Paul stood in front of a stack of boxes. Both of his hands were behind his back, and the head of an axe was sticking behind him. He was seriously trying to hide an axe behind his back.
I just came by to drop off those files for you, Jimmy Jones.
Okay, but what's behind your back?
Nothing. But I need to ask you one question, and I want it straight. No pussyfooting around the answer.
You just wanted to say pussy, didn't you?
Jimmy Jones, this is serious.
What is it, Paul?
Are you sleeping with my wife?
Oh, God damn it, Paul. I already told you. Are you sure she's even sleeping with somebody?
I'm a detective. Of course I know she is, but I don't know with who. Whom? Who? Whatever. And I'm just messing around. I knew it wasn't you.
But if I said yes, you were going to kill me with that axe, weren't you?
What? What axe, Jimmy Joe? I don't have an axe.
I could clearly see it behind your back. It's an axe. I could see it.
Oh, that's not an axe. It's a pen.
No, we've done this shtick. It's not a pen. It's an axe. I can't believe you're thinking about killing me.
Who's gonna kill Mr. K?
No one. We're okay. We're fine, Edith.
Hey, is that my pen? Is that my pen?
No, it's my pen.
Give me back my goddamn pen, you tubby shit!
Hey, get off me, you scrawny cat-loving bitch!
It's mine!
God, Edith, Paul, there shouldn't be an axe in the office. Would you relax?
I was looking all over the fucking office for this.
Nope, that's it. That's it, Edith. No more axe. Axe is gone. God, I was having such a good day.
But it's my pen!
Edith, seriously.
It's a big pen!
No, I'm serious. If that axe is here by the time I get back, I'm going to have to let you go.
What?
I'm sorry, it's bad for business. Plus, apparently anybody can take it from you. No more axe!
Okay, Mr. Keys.
Boy, oh boy, is she a feisty one. I like that. When we wrestled, my shoulder grazed her boob. Twice. I'd like to roast her rump if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Paul, how can you even say things like that? Especially when you think your wife is cheating on you?
Because it's different. I don't do anything. It's all talk. Lorraine and I are meant to be together. My penis and her vagina are like a key and lock. They just fit perfectly. Like peanut butter and jelly, and they meet in the middle.
Well, that's weird, Paul.
I know you think that's a metaphor, but it isn't. My penis kind of curves to the left, and so does her vagina. It's like we were made for each other.
That's more than I needed to know. Why did you have to come here today?
Then you're not gonna like this. Her vagina whistles when you touch it, and my balls hang extremely low.
God, why are you telling me these things? Can we just move on? Are those all the files for the O'Reilly case?
They sure are. I'll need them back when you're done.
Well, it shouldn't be long. I have until Friday to figure this whole thing out. The merger's been moved up.
Mr. Keys, here are your messages.
God, Edith, are you okay? I don't know why you're upset. I just want you to get rid of your axe. I don't want to fire you.
I know.
I was skimming over the messages when I came across the last one. Whore Angela, husband. I had forgotten about Angie. Edith, what time did Angela call?
Who?
Oh, Christ. Whore Angela.
Oh. She called only a few minutes ago.
Paul, get out of here. I need to make a call.
Is it about the O'Reilly case?
No, it's about Angela and her husband.
Is that the girl who helped us subdue our Russian friend during the sting operation?
Yes, it is.
I'd like to put my hand in her pants.
Paul, Jesus.
Sorry, Jimmy John. Is this another cheating husband case?
Seems to be. Won't know for sure until tonight. Looks like I'll be on Stakeout.
You mind if I come along?
Why do you want to come along?
It'll be like old times, you and me. The nighttime, hanging out, sharing memories, throwing a couple logs on the fire, marshmallows and s'mores, scary stories, bug spray, and a hammock.
You pretty much just described camping.
We never did stakeouts together, did we?
No, but we did go camping.
We should go camping again sometime.
Alright, Paul, so what's the real reason you want to come along?
It's been a while since I've been on a stakeout. Maybe I could learn a few tips from you that will help me catch my wife's lover.
Ah, fine. But it won't be till 5. That's when he gets off of work. Angie says every Monday he calls with an excuse to stay later. She thinks he's seeing somebody. We'll find out if there's any truth to that.
A true investigative duo, like Laurel and Hardy.
No, they actually weren't an investigative duo.
All right.
I gotta make a call. Paul high-fived me, then took off. I called Angela right after he left. She told me normally her husband Ed would call to inform her of his lateness, but this time he had told her before he left the house that morning. He would have to stay an extra 2 hours after work to help organize some important files. Ed was a bookkeeper for Carol and Bailey's. I would head over there around 4, but since I still had 6 hours, I decided to go through the files. It didn't take long before my desk was a mess. Notes, files, folders, they were all strewn about. Murder, suicide, death, money, family. Was this a family feud, or was this a burglary? It didn't take long before it was 4 o'clock. I made no progress on the case, but it was time to move on to the stakeout. Good. I needed a break. I called up Paul.
Jimmy Joe?
You ready, Paul?
Oh, yes, I am. I just put on my camo pants, black boots, and square necklace.
Paul, you know you can just wear normal... Never mind.
Last time I was on a stakeout, I wore normal clothes and the guy got away.
I don't think you can link those together, Paul. It's kind of the point of a stakeout. They don't see you.
What can I say? I'm a superstitious guy. It's like my Uncle Billy used to say. Very superstitious. Writings on the wall. Very superstitious. Ladders about to fall. 13-month-old baby. Broke the looking glass. 7 years of bad luck. The good things in your past.
Your uncle used to sing Stevie Wonder songs?
He loved his Motown almost as much as his crack cocaine. Rest in peace, Uncle Billy.
God, Paul, you're so fucked up. Let's go.
On my way.
We arrived outside a large office building at 432. Paul parked on the other side of the street. We had picked up some Chinese food on our way over, and we sat in the car, eating and waiting.
Man, just like old times.
Yeah, you know what? Now that I think of it, we've never actually done this before.
Oh yeah, you know what? This actually reminds me of that one movie.
Which one? The Stakeout, right?
Who's in that?
Emilio Estevez and that fairy science guy from Jaws.
Nah, not that one. The other movie.
Another Stakeout? You mean the one with Rosie O'Donnell?
No. The one with Neo.
Neo, The Matrix? Really?
That's the one.
Paul, Jesus. We are literally doing nothing that is seen in the movie Matrix.
Sure it is. Remember that scene when Neo and the One are in the van listening in on all their sexy neighbors who stole all the diamonds from the family of transsexual vampires?
Okay, so here's your first problem. Neo is actually the One, quote unquote. Second off, none of that ever happened in the movie.
Sure it did. It's why it's one of my favorite comedies.
Yeah, didn't you also think that Scarface had a sting operation with an interracial dwarf duo? I mean, what movies are you watching?
Only the best.
Right. Listen, Paul, can I ask you about this O'Reilly case when we have some time?
I'll do my best to answer any questions you have, but remember, Jimmy Jong, that wasn't my case. I had to pull a few strings and a couple ropes to get you those files.
And I thank you for that, but I was wondering if you had any new information on Vendel or Carter. Someone had to hire them to kill me. Someone who didn't want me solving this O'Reilly murder.
They won't even talk. We've tried everything.
Maybe you can get me some alone time with them.
Alone time? You want to fuck these guys?
No! Just want to talk. Want to see if I can get anything out of them.
Oh, I don't know, Jimmy Jong. The captain wouldn't like that.
Well, that's it. I still need something else. I'm at a standstill. The interviews with the family provided nothing. The only one who heard anything was the grandfather, and he's senile as shit. The file says nothing was stolen, so I'm ruling out any kind of burglary. The file also says the gun was on the other side of the room when the father was found, so that basically rules out suicide. So then what? It was either a family member or it was in fact Desmond Grant, but then why?
You know what? We're eating Chinese food, takeout, and we're on a stakeout. Those are like the same things with an S in the front.
God damn it, Paul. Did you hear anything I just said?
Yes, Jimmy Jong, but it's out of my hands. I did all I could.
Look, I'd only need like a half an hour with Vendel or Carter. Either one. Just a chance. Alright, how about 10 minutes?
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, Paul. It was at that moment that I saw him. Angie's husband, Ed, was leaving the building. Look, Paul, there he is. He's leaving.
I see him.
Ed was on foot until he reached the parking garage on the corner. I told Paul to park the car. I jumped out and followed Ed into the parking garage. He went into the third floor and climbed into his Z8 Roadster and headed down the ramp. I ran back down the stairs and out to the street, over to Paul's car. Paul, that's him. He's coming out now.
Good.
We followed him for a few miles until he stopped at a Starbucks and went inside. Paul and I waited outside and watched him through the large glass windows. Ed ordered 2 coffees. Got $20, it says that second coffee's for his lover.
Maybe he just drinks a lot.
Ed sat down on a large green couch and set the 2 coffees on the black table in front of him. A moment later, he got up and went to the bathroom. Suddenly, another man entered the Starbucks. He wore slacks, a dress shirt, and a tie. He sat on the couch.
Oh no, that guy is going to steal his coffee.
Paul shimmied in his seat and pulled out his gun. What are you doing, Paul? We're on a stakeout. You can't shoot someone for stealing coffee.
What about tea?
No, shouldn't you know this? Paul grumbled and holstered his weapon. I turned my attention back to the man and began drinking one of the coffees when Ed came out of the bathroom. Ed sat down right next to this man. He said something and they both laughed and sipped their coffee.
Great. Now he's friends with that coffee thief. I hate when people just let people steal things. Like, yeah, I don't need this. I'll give it to a crook so he can prosper in the criminal underworld. You should have let me shoot him.
No, I don't think that's what's going on here, Paul. And then it happened. Ed and this man kissed.
See that?
Yeah, I did.
Angela's husband is cleaning this criminal's face with his tongue as if he's a cat.
Paul, are you serious? You really don't see what's going on here?
Oh.
Yeah. Ed here is a homosexual.
A Democrat.
Did you just say Democrat? You did.
No.
Yeah, you did.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, you did.
Wait. Ed is gay?
I think it's pretty obvious. His lover's right there. How did you not piece that together? You're a detective.
Oh, man, that's some gross stuff, Jimmy John. I just watched gay porn.
No, not really.
I need to take a shower. Blah. Let's go somewhere I can look at titties. A strip club, a whorehouse, a porno shop. Wait, Applebee's.
I don't have time for that, Paul.
They're kissing again. I'm gonna throw up.
What could I say? I was a bit surprised. Sure, the man was a little flamboyant, but I didn't see this coming. I was wondering how Angie would take the news. She's been with this man for over 2 years. We left the Starbucks and headed back to the office. Paul stopped by Erotic Desires, a porn shop, to pick up Ass Angels 4. It helped with his dry heaving. He then dropped me off and left. I headed up to my office. It was 6 o'clock on the dot. Edith had probably gone home for the night, except her purse was still on the desk. Did she leave it behind? I went to my office and sat at the desk. I called Edith first, but no answer. I then called Angie.
What's this about?
Told her the bad news. She didn't openly sob, but I'm sure her eyes glazed over, a possible tear or two running down her cheeks. She thanked me and hung up. I wanted to comfort her more. Now that that's over, I can concentrate on this O'Reilly case. Hopefully Paul can get me some alone time with Fendel or Carter. Alone time? That does sound kind of sexual. Forget it. I'm going home. No more for tonight. I'll deal with all this tomorrow. I let the phone ring as I grabbed my jacket and hat off the rack. Good. Whoever was calling could wait until tomorrow. Sorry, pal. I'm going home. I grabbed Edith's purse before I left. Didn't want to leave it here. That's when I noticed her cell phone charging in the corner of the room. Was she still here? Jesus! James Keys here.
Jimmy Jones,
What is it, Paul?
I've been trying to reach you.
What is it?
Get out of the office.
What's going on?
Arthur just called me from the precinct. Carter shook a dick, whatever, escaped, knocked out one of the guards, stole his gun, and they think he's coming for you.
And that's when I heard the footsteps ascending the staircase. For a second I thought it may be Edith coming back for her purse, but a moment later, out of the darkness of the stairwell emerged Carter.
Mr. Keys?
With a gun.
I guess in Brentwood Heights, you never know who's coming up behind you. Our boy James Keys just found out the hard way that... Oh, wait. Did anyone else just hear that? Christ almighty. I knew that Nancy boy was following me home. Gotta make this one quick. Pay your bookies, kids, and stay tuned for next week's episode of Dopple Avenue Hurt.
Dopple Avenue Hurt. Written by Robert M. Lamb. Edited by Jonathan Moss. Starring Kyle Appleyard, Anita LaRose, Amy Laurie, Jose Carabello, Dan Johnson, Jonathan Moss, Adam Jetmore, Amber Simpson, and Shannon McCarthy, with featuring voices by Robert M. Lamb, John Lazaroff, Nick Engelhard, Justin Stewart, Mike and Heather Linhart, Jesse Levine, Nicole Green, Shannon Lee, and Michelle Birmingham. Visit www.sharkdropper.com to hear our other podcasts. Horrorplay, the search for the scariest video game ever made. Word of the Bay, a Tampa Bay-based sports podcast. And the Shark Dropper podcast, where we talk random stuff with a mixture of improv. Also, we have an upcoming Academy Awards podcast titled Snubbed, where we rate each year's Best Motion Picture nominees.